We are here today with Sister Ceola and Dusty. We are here to interview them about the Walls family. Are y'all excited?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's get started. I got a few questions for you guys, and I know that our audience is going to be excited to hear what's going on next with the Walls family. So, our first question is, how did the both of you begin working together?
Well,
I'll let you take that.
you let me take that. All right. First, let me say, hello, television land. I always say that. I just like that. But, you know, I met Ceola a few years ago. Ceola's first play. And Ceola, tell me your first play, because you know I mess that up all the time.
I don't know why, from female to woman to lady.
I don't know why I twist those around. But I met her, I had a friend of mine named Dee Dee. Hey, Dee Dee, how you doing? Love you. And she auditioned for the play and the leading role for the female part, right? Mm-hmm. And so she called me and said they were looking for a male. And I was a little hesitant about it. I had some other projects going and didn't want to really overextend myself. So I said, no, I'm going to pass it up. So she called me again and said, come on, Dust, you're going to enjoy this. It's a faith-based play. And I said, well, okay, well, that sounds good. So I go down, I audition, and I get the part. And so now I don't really know Ceola at the time. And so during the course of a rehearsal, I get a chance to meet her and find out a little about her. And we put on a great play. And so during the course of our rehearsing and things, I got to know her a little bit, and she was sharing some information with me about her book she had written, and she wanted to do a movie on it, and said, Dusty, would you be interested? Well, you know my mind was blown at that point. Would I be interested? Absolutely. So we did the play. We had a great turnout, well received. And so that's how we started. She called me back. Now get this. She called me back and she told me about this other project she was starting. But she didn't quite tell me she wanted me involved with it, right? So I was into my feelings a little bit. And so, and it was funny how things work, because she called me back about a week later, and she said, as if she knew what I was thinking, right? Mm-hmm. She said, you know I want you in this. And I'm like, well, no, I didn't know, but I'm glad to hear that. And so I thought, well, I got a lead role or something, right? And she said, but I got something special I want you to do. I said, okay, what is it? I want you to direct it for me. And I was like, oh my God. And I thought it was a great honor, but I didn't think I was qualified for the job. And so I told her, I said, I appreciate you having the faith in me, but I can't do this. And Ceola's kind of funny, you know, she's convicted in what she believes in, believe me. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me and she said, you can do this. And I looked at her and I said, no, I can't.
But we can attest to that. 4 shows
That's
later,
right.
stage plays later. All right.
Yeah, but that's how it started, and she convinced me to do it, and I'm so happy she did. And as you said, you know what? 4th play, and I've been with her through all 4 of them, and I'm so proud and so happy to be a part of this project. I kid you not, I get chills when I talk about it.
Okay.
I'm really proud of just being a part of this. So I love you.
Well, brother, you just said something. You are looking forward to this next production, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So my next question is, for this 4th stage play, what do you have in mind? What do you have in store for this? What's the message with this production?
Well, as always, this is a faith-based play, and it's really about letting people know that God is there. So many people are lost out here, and all they got to do is just open up their heart, and God is there ready for them. Just come. And so we want people to know, and there's so many problems. One thing about this play, it touches society's problems. Mm-hmm. You know, we talk about issues that's happening right here, right now, in your neighborhood, and probably each one of us here, household, that we know somebody, whether it's a close friend or a family member, that's experienced the same things that this play is talking about. And you can be delivered, and that's what this play is about. Letting them know that, you know what, just open your heart up to the Lord. You can be delivered. So it's about reaching out and helping somebody. That's really what this play is about. So.
Right, and we like to say that all of our stage play productions are message-packed and ministry-made and relatable, because as Dusty just said, that all of our stage plays productions are geared toward offering encouragement and empowerment and hope, and they're all scripture-based. They're all full of prayer. They're all full of relatable circumstances and situations that everyday people go through. And so when you come to these productions, we anticipate, and it's like we always say in rehearsal, this is not a stage play production, this is ministry. And this is what we say at every rehearsal. It's kind of like I drill that in everyone's head, and Dusty does as well. We don't ever want people to think that we're putting on a performance. God has entrusted us with a message, and we're delivering that message through the ministry of the performing arts.
Okay, wonderful. So, what are you hoping to accomplish with this production, though? From the others, you've done great things. You started a production with lady,
Female to lady.
Absolutely.
See, you do just like I do.
But that was your first play, right?
Yes.
And then you got into the Walls family. So what's going to be different with this production?
This is actually part 3 to If These Walls Could Talk, which is why we've called it Happy Walls, a Family Affair. And with each one, the first one was basically just kind of introducing the Walls family, our main character, Mother Mabel Blackstone, which is played by Miss Mary Dixon, who does a wonderful job playing Mother Mabel. So she's kind of like the anchor character in that play. And the first one was really kind of get the message out about prayer, how important prayer is. And it was kind of getting people or opening people up to real life experiences. In that first one, we were dealing with a lot of hurt. We were dealing with anger issues. And the second one, we were dealing with domestic violence to some degree. And so in each one, we're dealing with something different that we know everyday people deal with. And while I don't want to give away the plot, this one is dealing with something that is just as important and that is just as relevant in today's society and in today's family. So yeah, each one of them will be dealing with real life situations and circumstances. So this is no different.
So, but we don't want to miss with it.
No, you don't want to miss it.
All right, okay.
Let's put it this way. During our table read, all of us were in tears at the table read.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's the hook. All right. Okay. All right.
And I wrote it, and I was in tears.
All right. Well, you know what, Ceola, that's my next question. You write the plays, but don't you do a little bit of directing as well?
I do a little bit, only to. Dusty does the majority of the directing. I write the plays, and I have these images and vision as God gives them. He gives the storyline, and I sit down and I write them. And so I hear them and I see them the way they're supposed to take place, each character, each role. And then so basically the my directing pretty much comes in relaying to Dusty, okay, this is what I want, this is how this should be read. And a lot of times Dusty and I have such a unique and this ability to connect that a lot of times I don't even have to convey anything to Dusty. He already knows how it should happen and how it should be said, So the directing that I do is probably tweaking something I see in rehearsal, going, no, we need to change that a little bit. But for the most part, it's Dusty.
So, did you know you had the gift of directing?
No, she knew I had the gift of directing.
And you said yes and just stepped on in my face.
And you know what? I follow her lead. And you know what? We've worked together for some years now, and I always tell her I'm the worrier. She says, don't worry, I got this, because the Lord has it.
Okay.
We've sat here and we've gone through changes where we've lost people, and we've lost people like 4 weeks from the date of the play, right? And we've been rehearsing for a few months. And I'm like, oh my God, Dusty, don't worry about it. And then somebody will walk through that door and we hand them the script, and 2 days later they know the whole script frontwards and backwards, and you'd think they've been with us the whole time, but it's always come to truth, come to power every time she's told me something. So she told me I could direct. Here I am. So I tell her, you direct me, I'll direct the play.
And that's what you've been doing thus far, right?
We are really, truthfully, I tell everybody we're one.
Yeah.
Because I've learned to understand what she's looking for. So I know when I read her work, I understand what she wanted in this scene. Where other people might, I said, no, that's not what we're looking for. Because I know, because we feed off each other. So we have a great working relationship. You know, I tell her she's my little sister. And I mean that sincerely. We really have a powerful relationship, and we're a great team together, I want to tell you.
It sounds
and
beautiful.
each play has been received even better than the one before. So that's a sign, that's a testimony to what she's done, what our team has done.
Yes.
The cast has done, because we have a phenomenal cast. And you know, I tell people I direct or whatever, but truthfully, I'm just kind of there. I got a great cast, and I've been very blessed to be with the cast that letting me call myself the director. They just doing their thing, and it's working.
Phenomenal. So you talking about the cast. So
Yes.
let me ask you this. You have some really interesting characters in your play: Thelma Jenkins, LaTanya, and of course Mother Mabel Blackstone. Will we see them in this production as well?
Absolutely. Mother Mabel Blackstone is not going anywhere.
Okay.
We got to bolt her tail down. She's not going anywhere.
All right.
Mother Mabel is our Madea.
Okay. All right.
No, so yeah, Mother Mabel is definitely coming back. This play was built around Mother Mabel. So, and I'm humbled to say that. So yeah, she'll be here. You know, the fans with the reviews that we've gotten, they absolutely love Mother Mabel. They absolutely love Thelma Jenkins with an E, you know. Some of our reviews that have come in is they talk about Thelma, they talk about her laugh, they talk about how crazy she is, and her and Mother Mabel have this interesting relationship.
Dynamic.
Like when they get together, it is such a dynamic relationship, these two. And then when you think about LaTanya is that crazy round-the-way girl that we all know, you know, and she's funny, she gets on our nerves, we don't want to be around her, we want to be around her.
Right.
She's that person that we love, and then LaTanya, there's no telling what's going to come out of her mouth, you know, so those folks, and then we have some new characters that are on board with us this production, and we are excited about that. So yeah, the majority of our characters, all of them are coming back. We've had some changes, but those changes are good changes. So, you know, we realize that with each production, we're evolving and we're growing. So we don't look at anything that we go through as something negative. It's just a part of our growing and a part of our evolving. So yeah, the majority of our family will be back. And even those who are not with us are still part of our family. We're Walls family. We have great relationships, and you know, things happen, things change, but that happens in families.
That's true. That's so true. All right, so we know that Mother Mabel is still praying for them babies, ain't she?
Yes, Lord.
All right. All right.
This
Now.
is power-packed, full of prayers. So yeah, you're going to hear a lot of scriptures and a lot of prayers in all of our productions. Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? We can never get enough of that, right?
I know that's right.
Okay. So now, will there be live performances in this production?
Yes. That's one of the things that we've really enjoyed doing, is having live performances, having our performers, our actors sing. So we're definitely going to have all original music by our producer, Black Note, who y'all know is my soon-to-be husband. So yes, all new music by Sir Black Note, and performances by some of the actors in the stage play, and maybe even some other performers coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about I Pray too, because I want to talk about their songs. But yeah, we will.
All right. So congratulations on your upcoming nuptials.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Looking forward to that.
I know. We all are.
Yes, looking forward to that. So, will there be new music as well?
Okay.